Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. So today I want to show you guys Grim Dawn a little bit. As it turns out, I tried the game a little bit more upon making the video yesterday because, I kind of wanted to know what I was talking about. Ended up playing some part of the game that I, hadn't played before. It was one of the new classes that was added to the game. And, I actually had quite a bit of fun, enough so that today on stream I played the game. Some people weren't happy. Not everyone likes to see me play ARPGs apparently, but I had quite a bit of fun. I'm almost finished the game, and it is pretty hard. It is pretty cool. My complaints are still valid. The game hasn't changed much, and there really isn't that much in the game right now. But the part that there is pretty cool, and I'll show you guys more directly what's different because that's what I've made this time around. So this time around, I made a Blade Master, and in this game you have a choice of two classes, and even though my primary class says Soldier, it's because I have more points invested. The primary ability of this build is a Nightblade, and the Nightblade is one of the new classes. And the Nightblade has the ability to dual wield, which is new in this game. And the first skill that you get is Veil of Shadow, which is an aura. And I believe there were no auras the last time I played the game either. So what this aura does is it debuffs the damage of the monsters, and it debuffs their speed. And this aura also can be amplified to do cold damage over time and reduce the resistances of those affected. So when I put on this aura, this is the Veil of Shadow, it reserves some energy, kind of like Mana Reservation, Path of Exile, and I gain this ability. And more new stuff that's been added. There used to be enchants in the game, but now you can have really cool enchants. So for instance, this is like a level 2 enchant. You get an aura from the enchant, and this is the second level of the aura. So you can see granted skills, Piercing Aura 2, granted by item. And Piercing Aura is, functions similarly to the other one, but it's interesting that, you can get an aura. And the other one that I have is Chill Aura. Chill Aura is by the other weapon that I have. This is again a pretty, late game, as far as the game's concerned right now, attachment to the item. And it gives me % cold damage, it adds cold damage, and its chance to slow the target. So you can put that on as well. And I have one that doesn't reserve mana, it's in the Soldier, it just gives me offensive ability, defensive ability, and some cool stuff. So this is a 4 aura character, which is quite a bit. And the idea of the build, I get a lot of physique, I get a lot of cunning, so I have high offensive ability, high defensive ability. This is like attack rating and armor rating, kind of like Diablo 2. Chance to hit, chance to crit, chance to be hit, chance to be crit. Physique affects the defense, cunning affects the offense. And I am dual wielding, and I have all these cool items. And out of all the items, the more notable one is this one because it increases the damage portion of the aura Night's Chill by 2 levels. That's why when I go to the skill tree, it's 12 out of 10. This ability is extremely overpowered because in this game AoE is generally kind of shitty, and this is like passive AoE, but it's so good, especially if you're tanky, because it literally kills all the crappy monsters just by itself. So you need to focus only on mostly a single target. And the idea of the character is you use auto attack, but the auto attack that you use is cadence through Soldier. So this is kind of like auto attack, and the third attack does something a little special. And it's not too big of a deal, but because it's still considered kind of like an auto attack, it replaces the auto attack. It can trigger the automated attacks. So you have a 5% chance to do like a cleave, you have a 5% chance to do additional damage. Then you have the Soldier ones, you have a 10% chance to do additional damage, you have a 10% chance to cleave, and I think I'll have a few more of these in the future, but I'll see shortly what's going on with that. So the idea is, you get this character, you make it really tanky, you use all these crazy auras, and, well, you kill stuff. And it's pretty easy to kill stuff. I'll show you guys. This is also part of the new content. This is a higher level zone, but zones scale with your level if you're above them. And I think I'm a little bit above this one, so it'll scale with my level just slightly. Probably find some animals to kill here just to show you guys how the build works. The abilities that I use here, I have the Pneumatic Burst, which is a heal. It also gives me a buff temporarily. And I have Shadow Strike, which is kind of like a Shadow Step, plus a lot of damage. And the last one I have is Blade Barrier. Blade Barrier makes me immune to damage for 3 seconds with 30-second cooldown, and you can drop the cooldown to, I believe, just under 10 seconds. So I'm auto-attacking and I have all these like crazy number of procs going off, and because I'm scaling cold damage, because I'm scaling piercing damage, my damage is affected by the debuff of my aura, and the aura itself is doing damage. And on top of that, I'm stacking as much attack speed as I can, because attack speed would further increase the number of procs, which further increases the number of procs on the weapons, which further increases the amount of damage that you do. So this is the boss here, the ones that have the stars. And one of the procs that I have is Freeze, so that monster got absolutely destroyed, couldn't really move. I can trigger my heal with 2, charge with that. And the last ability I want to show you guys with the Nightblade class here is the shield. Oh, we have a boss here, good. So we can get surrounded, and then we can trigger our shield, which makes us immune to damage, but our cold aura is still doing damage during this time. This guy is actually doing quite a bit of damage, so I'm going to go ahead and pot. Often the monsters in the game, they have some kind of randomness attached to them. I don't think I've faced that guy before, but you know, I have been in the zone before. I have cleared just about all of it. So that's kind of how the game works. Overall, it's pretty typical ARPG, but it's quite a bit of fun. What I like about it is kind of a bad thing. This game does not have any multiplayer functionality, and I think when it will, there's going to be a huge number of problems associated with it. But as it stands, you can play it offline, and, well, it beats Solitaire by a lot. So if you're playing Miracle Rogue, check out the game. Why not? It's a cheap one, it's a fun one, while it lasts. Enjoy. Hope you guys like this build. Hope you guys like the changes. I'll see you guys tomorrow.